Irma's impact on flood insurance, your HVAC system, and the market, right now on the Real Estate News. The Low Country is a great place to live. Welcome to the Real Estate News. I'm Betsy McDaniel. A 4-foot storm surge on top of an 8-foot king tide, courtesy of Hurricane Irma, brought a significant amount of flooding to the Low Country. And earlier in the month, we all witnessed catastrophic flooding caused by Hurricane Harvey. So is it any wonder that the topic of flood insurance is front and center once again? With the National Flood Insurance Program up for renewal, Congress must weigh whether or not to reauthorize the program that was $24.6 billion in debt before claims from Harvey and Irma have even started to pour in. Experts say the key to a successful program is understanding risk. Most argue that the current 100-year-old floodplain used by FEMA skews people's perception of risk. Under the current maps, you are either in a high-risk flood zone where, if you carry a mortgage, flood insurance is mandatory, or you're out of the flood zone and no such coverage is required. What is suggested is using advanced technology to create better maps reflecting the nuances that exist in the flood zones, and then setting premiums according to those risks. Another school of thought has flood insurance moving out of the federal government and into the hands of private insurance companies. Doing so would put all disaster risks, fire, flood, wind, and more in one plan. When the National Flood Insurance Program was first created in the 60s, private companies did not have the means to model disaster risk. But with today's technologies, they do. Therefore, they too could more accurately assess risks and set premiums accordingly. If you have tree damage from Irma and live in or own a business in an unincorporated area of Beaufort County, here are a few things you should know. The county has adjusted its tree removal requirements following the storm. Owners are exempt from obtaining tree removal permits for trees damaged by Irma until December 31st of this year, and replanting of those trees will not be required. Owners of single-family residential lots should contact the county to provide type, size, and photos of the damaged trees. A site visit by a natural resource planner might be necessary, but again, mitigation or replanting will not be required. The same rules apply to owners of commercial properties and residential developments with common areas. However, in this case, mitigation of one 2.5-inch trunk diameter tree for each tree removed will be required. Signs of trees in danger include noticeable tree lean, large cracks in the lower trunk, significant hollowing inside the tree, and severed or broken roots near the trunk of the tree. For more information, contact the Community Development Department at 843-255-2140. For a variety of reasons, including health, finances, relocation, and being tired of picking up storm debris, many decide each year to downsize. Whatever the reason, there are a few key factors to consider. Downsizing often becomes a family decision. Sometimes homes, particularly those that have been in the family a long time, can be hard to let go of emotionally. An open discussion of the pros and cons involving those that care the most is invariably a good way to start the process. Research and plan the next residence. A high volume of downsizing is taking place across the country, and the Low Country is no exception. This means supply often outpaces demand, as evidenced by the over 700 people on a waiting list for the 240 units in Hilton Head's luxury apartment complex, Waterwalk. It is equally important to get a feel for how your current house will fare in the market. Know what your asking price should be and if there are any repairs or improvements that must be done before you are ready to sell. Take a look at your belongings. Chances are you have filled up your home, attic, closets, garage with things you can and cannot live without. It is time-consuming and often emotionally charged project to sort, pack, and move. The good news, it can also be freeing and rewarding. Every move has the potential to be both exciting and stressful. Giving consideration to these factors can make sure the transition is smooth and happy, which is the way it should be. According to Gallup ShareCare, the rates for regular exercise are at the highest point since the company began issuing its State of American Well-Being report 9 years ago. And it turns out Beaufort County loves to work out. The Hilton Head, Bluffton, Beaufort area was recognized as the 7th highest exercise community in the United States in the latest well-being report that came out last week. Of the 189 communities studied, those that made it into the top 10 had almost 2/3 of residents claiming to exercise regularly. Nice job, Low Country. The media sources listed on your screen will have more information on these and other stories, and please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Coming up after the break, Beth Drake of Keller Williams is here. Don't go anywhere.